Today's video is brought to you by the good people over at patriotpost.us. They are an excellent source of news, information, op-eds, and all that good stuff. And a link for them will be in the description box. So when you head over there and subscribe, tell them that ABL sent you. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Hillary Clinton saying that nobody likes Bernie Sanders. Now, there is actually quite a bit to get through, a whole lot of quote unquote unpack here, as the cool kids would say. So I'm gonna start from the very beginning so you understand context and what's really going on and why it's a news story today. Now, there's a documentary coming out on Hulu featuring Hillary Clinton. There's not an ad for that, so I'm not going to link to it. But if you want to find it, knock yourself out. The quote I'll place on the screen before you, and it reads, "He was in Congress for years. He had one senator support him. Nobody likes him. Nobody wants to work with him. He got nothing done. He was a career politician. It's all just baloney, and I feel bad, so bad that people got sucked into it," end quote. Now, that is a pretty scathing quote, if I do say so myself. Coming from Hillary Clinton, it's of no surprise. Let's go back to 2016. Remember that whole campaign cycle, the battle between Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. I made videos about it back then, going all the way back to 2015, NGPVAN. Remember that whole thing? It was this server that Hillary and Bernie and probably everybody in the DNC were using to get context that they had amassed on the road doing cold calls or whatever. Bernie's staff went in there and left breadcrumbs and a flaw in the system to show the system administrators that, hey, there's something going on here, something's wrong. Let's fix it so we don't have any kind of problems with intrusion or with people reading things that they shouldn't be reading. Like as far as me coming from a different campaign, reading your information from a different campaign. You see, like they wanted to make that apparent that it was something wrong. The admins thought that they were trying to hack into it and locked Bernie out. So he cannot have access to his own people to go do cold calls and whatnot. Then there was a case of the primaries in the 2016 cycle. It was a bunch of ties between Bernie and Hillary. Coin flips were used to determine the winner, and it was like 4 or 6 in a row that all went for Hillary Clinton. Now, I'm not a mathematician over here. I'm not Albert Einstein, but I think the chances of that happening are slim to none. But miraculously, it did happen. It looked like Bernie was X'd out of the whole process by Hillary Clinton and the DNC, which at that particular point in time was Hillary Clinton's party. Debbie Wasserman Schultz was Hillary Clinton's best friend. She was leading up the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party was very dependent upon Hillary Clinton's money. Bernie Sanders did not have as much money as her. So all of the eggs were in Hillary Clinton's basket, and they were determined to keep him out of the process. So it was really surprising to me that he was a big time surrogate for her after that whole thing happened. And it's amazing that he would run right now in 2020 and think that the same people wouldn't be there to do the same thing. Obviously, we have the same thing happening. Hillary Clinton, although she is not running, is still trying to get Bernie out of the way. Maybe the Democratic Party doesn't want him to be there. And when they say nobody likes him, that's true, but it's not true in the way that she may think or in the way that it may come across in the documentary. When she says nobody likes him, nobody wants to work with him, she means those in the Democratic Party, because he's not necessarily part of the establishment. Now, would I vote Bernie Sanders? No, I wouldn't. I mean, he's a far leftist, a communist. People that work for him think that he's a communist, and I believe that he is as well, but that's a different story. Now, I digress. The whole point is that, no, I would not vote for Bernie Sanders, but it's obvious that the Democratic Party don't want him there because he's not part of their whole team. All right. Now, when you're talking about the people that actually matter, those that are going to get out there and vote, I think they like Bernie Sanders more than they like Hillary Clinton. He may have had a better chance of succeeding in 2016, but the problem is that he would not have been able to get the money from the big time donors or the support of the Democratic Party that Hillary Clinton was able to get. the voters like him more than they like her, but it doesn't really matter. Check out what Trump said about the whole situation.
Hillary Clinton about Bernie, she said, no one likes him. No one wants to work with him. He gets nothing done. Pelosi has him, of course, in jury duty at the impeachment trial. Are they colluding against Bernie again?
Well, they are. They're really trying to take it away from him again. I mean, when Hillary says nobody likes him, nobody likes her.
Yep.
That's why she lost. I mean, nobody liked her. She had every advantage. She had this big machine behind her. She had the Obama. She had everybody behind, and it wasn't even close. You look at 306 to 223. She's the one that people don't like. I mean, I think if I had my choice in terms of personality, I might take him over her, but I probably would take neither.
So I think he's right on point right there. 1,000% on point. Nobody likes her. That's why she was not able to win. As he mentioned, and as I also said before he spoke, Hillary Clinton had the support of all the establishment people, the Democratic Party, the mainstream media, the big time donors, the Obamas. Everybody was in Hillary Clinton's corner, but it was not enough. I mean, even some of these online rags, Huffington Post, Washington Post, this, that, and the third, they're talking about, oh, she's going to win 98.6% chance of winning this, that, and the third, but it didn't come to fruition because the people were not on her side. See, the Democratic Party is kind of in the quagmire here. They want to have a candidate that's viable, that will have people vote for them. At the same time, they want to be able to get money, and they want to have a person that they can control. They want to have an establishment pick. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that's not evident in the Republican Party as well, to a certain extent. I think you had some rhinos in there, or some establishment people, your Paul Ryans in the world, Mitt Romney, and many others that did not want Trump to be there. You know, the quote unquote never Trumper wing of the Republican Party. They did not want him to be there because he was not part of their establishment. He is like a bull in a china shop, unpredictable, knocking things over, just messing things up. But that is what we actually needed. Barack Obama said hope and change, but all he did was just take orders from the same old people that had been in charge for years and years and years. Here comes Trump doing whatever he wants to do. That's actual hope and change. You hope that things are going to get better, and they have. You hope that things will change, and they have. And in order for you to do that, you got to have a person that's not really in the establishment. The Democrats, a lot of voters, they have faith in a guy like Bernie, or at least they did more in 2016, because he to them is the same as Trump is to us, although just on their particular side of the aisle. Now, like I said, I would never vote for the guy. I don't want to get put into a gulag making big rocks into little rocks, but that's a different story, and I digress. The whole point is that the people like Bernie more than they like Hillary, more than they probably like anybody else that's out there. Maybe a Pocahontas maybe is liked a little bit more. I can't really tell at this particular point in time. But to them on the Democratic side, and to a certain extent for the entire political establishment, who the people actually like, who they want, is of less importance as what they want or who they like, because they have plans that have been on the books for years and years and years. In order to get those plans done, they got to have who they want in office to execute said plans. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think that Trump was right about people not liking her rather than not liking Bernie? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Do you think Hillary Clinton was right when she says that nobody likes Bernie? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Also, let me know who she's referring to when she says nobody. Is she referring to your regular, average, everyday Joe, or to the political class in America? Who is she talking about? Or is it both? I can't really tell, but whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.